This market's currently live through the Asia session. Excuse me. I've just taken a trade here for 24 points, and it was just very, very clear in this area here. And we are still long on the 15 minutes, but you can see here, see how, well, it's actually a little bit hard to see. The blue just sort of ducked down, dark blue ducked down with these two bars, sort of pushed it down, and that was this retrace, this pullback here. This is a 3-minute chart on the right hand side. Now, I just want to say you still got to be careful because you can see here on this 3-minute chart, see where price is really, it's pushing against all these EMAs. That's not clear. So to me, this may turn around on the 3-minute chart. You know, it might just be a short-lived push up, and then come back down. I don't know. You can see, okay, so the bars are happening here. So if you do decide to go into this area, just be really careful. Just duck down to a 1 minute and have a quick look. See, is there any clearance? Is there? I call it clear light. Is there? Can you see light through these EMAs? In here, it's just a jumbled mess, isn't it? It really is. Let's just go to a 5-minute chart. Have a quick look there. This is what I do exactly. I just start looking around. Had I been on a 5-minute here, I would have gone, all right, it looks like it's a long, and I would have made my decision very, very quickly, and I would have gone long here. I wasn't at the charts at this point in time. I was just having something to eat, and I've just come back and I've just noticed what's going on. This is the Asia session. I typically don't trade it, but I was just looking at this 15-minute and just going, well, look, it's still going up all the way since almost the start of, or the crossover of the UK and USA session. It's still up. It's still up. Price has pulled back here on the 15-minute, and it's still up. Let's have a look at a 30-minute, and it's still up. Let's look at a 4-hour. It's still up. So, you know, there's a probability says it's 50-50 if it's going to go up or down. But based on its current situation, it looks like it's still up, but it might be just losing momentum here. Okay? And that's a 4-hour chart. I typically sit on a 15-minute chart, but I do quickly throughout my session is just, you know, just have a look at what the other charts are doing. But I try not to get too much bias because even though they say these charts are fractal, you know, what's happening here is happening on the larger, on the higher end charts. It's not necessarily true. I'm on the smaller scale charts, which is like, you know, the 5-minute or the 15-minute and sort of shorter. The reason I don't trade bigger charts like, you know, perhaps a 30-minute with the Nasdaq is just, there's just so much risk on these bars. Like that's a 100-point bar, that one. Now, I'd love to be able to trade something like that, but if that goes against you, you need a large bank to be able to sustain a very large pullback or drawdown on your account. And that's why I stay with the shorter term charts, because these bars here, if you can see up here, right up top as I move my mouse, they're all very, very short. They're only 3 or 4 or 5 points. And I'm happy with that. Of course, when you get into the actual US session, things do change. Now we're getting up to 8 points. Actually, you know what you can do is just put an ATR on this. Put this on here, and that'll show you the average of the bars over a 10 period look back. You know, some of these bars are 28 points, and my whole theory with scalping is I'm happy to get anything. I'm happy to get in, and I'm happy to get out without a loss. That's first and foremost, and to make a correct call on, am I picking the right direction? But if I could get a couple of 20 pointers, scalps a day on the Nasdaq, I'm cheering. You know what I mean? If I could make 50 points a day on the Nasdaq, that's just huge. And I generally trade micros, believe it or not, on the Nasdaq. Okay, so, and it's quite profitable. You know, you pull a couple $100 a day quite easily just trading 3 or 4 micros. There's no need to go to the big E minis here for me on the NASDAQ. And if I do need to, if I think, I need to make more money, I just put more micros on. But look, I'm happy just scalping with what I'm doing. But yeah, anyway, kind of digressed from where I was. Yeah, it's just to be careful if you do get down to these like 1 minute and 2 minute things. Just have a look here, see what these EMAs are doing. They're almost on top of each other. They're not bending over yet. There's still a bit of distance here between the 10 and the 20 on the 2 minute. Just go to a 5 minute quickly. Yeah, there you go. I also go to like a 4 minute, which is an unusual time, and that can also throw up some interesting things, and also an 8 minute. You know, it's just going to be a bit different than your stock standard 10s. So I just keep looking around, but everything is based off the 15 minute. It's always based off this. I want to see what is this doing. Okay, now if I get into a situation like this here, okay, where we've come into the UK session and it looks down, okay, you can see here, but it's really weak. Okay, it's not clear, it's not a big gap between the 10 and the 20. So to me it's like ranging, and of course it's easy for me to sit here and say this after it's all been done and dusted. But what I'll do is I'll just go to a 30 minute. Where was that? Let me just mark it up, sorry. So it must have been here. So this 30 minute is telling me, well, hang on, it didn't actually go short. Imagine it's a boxing ring where the boxer is being pushed against the ropes, and the ropes are just sort of, I can't really do it, but they're just sort of being bent, until he gets back off the ropes, and then it goes back into position. It's the kind of way I view things. So that wasn't actually a short, it was still long in there. Okay, but if I now just go back to a 15, I meant to make this video really short, but I just tend to ramble on a bit. Just go back to a 3 minute chart in that area, and it will definitely be short here. So, that's what you have to determine. You really need to be eyeballing this 15 minute chart and going, is it long or is it short? Okay, based on all the information we have here using the EMAs. Now, you could do something else, but now you're throwing another equation into the mix. You could say, right, well, I'll only go long or short if it's above the 50 or below the 50 and the 200. Okay, but now you're just throwing all these other equations into it, which you just don't need. What do you do in here? And you've missed out on virtually all the trades, and you're still going to have the same problem. Is it long or is it short? So this is why I just stick with this. It's simple, it's easy, and if I look at the charts and I can't work it out in 1 second that it's long or short, you know what? I'll walk away. Physically walk away from the computer, right? And come back in 10 minutes. Or in our case, a 15 minute chart. Come back. Generally, this crap here will take hours. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3, 4, 5 hours before it righted itself up. And bang. So just stay away from this. You can scalp it though. If you thought that was going short, well, I would go down to a 1 minute chart because you're going to have less risk on the table because the bars are smaller. However, it's going to whipsaw the crap out of you, up and down, up and down, up and down. So, you just need to be conscious of what's going to happen. Let me try 5 minutes in this area, see what happens. 5 minutes a lot clearer. See how there's a bit of daylight through all the everything here. I know it's a bit of a shitty analogy, but that's the way I look at it. And if you thought, okay, well, I'm going to go short, always just go short when you see these 2 5s cross back over that blue, and just enter and hold on. Okay, you can see here that came against you. It's going to happen, and then, just get out as quick as you can. It's in this consolidation period, because the market's trying to rectify itself. That's what I call it. Don't go long. All right, I've rambled on enough. I forgot what I was here about, or what I even made the video about. Oh, that's right, all the noise in here. And as you can see, look, the market's still going up. I think we were on a 3-minute chart. And you could have successfully taken that. If you were to do that, of course, jump in. I would have jumped in if I was watching this. So this is not always going to work, right? I do have losses. I don't always win. When I see this sort of thing, and I look at the 1 minute and I go, well, hang on, okay. Sorry, I look at the 15 minute. It's like I'll wait until I'll see a bar just poke through this blue, which would have been here, and then I just would have held on. Now I would have been at 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 25 minutes, and I still just would have almost just been at even, and then the thing's taken off, okay? And then when it gets close to 20, I would put a stop limit, and if it comes against me, I'd get out. But knowing this is the Asia session, I would have put a stop limit probably at around about 10 points. So I'm going to make, I don't know, maybe $100, couple of $100. I'm not going to lose it, and it will pay for my commissions. I don't want it to get up here, and then this rogue bar just suddenly just goes whoosh go and takes us out. Okay, I'm always trying to protect my capital, and unfortunately, I would have got taken out here at 10 if I had have done that, and this thing's still going up. So that's that's the other thing. What do you do? Do you re-enter? I typically like to enter trades on the turnarounds. I find that's where the most volatility is, and that's where I like to enter trades. I really don't like to re-enter up here. Okay. Although we could have made six points, which is not great, but if you're smart, you wouldn't have lost. But I really typically try to enter on these turnarounds, and as low as I can, because if it does come against me, my stop will be right here, quite possibly under the bar that I've entered on, or the one below it, or on this turn here, on the turn of the 10 and the 20, which would have been around about here on that bar. So if it does go against me, I've got a stop in place around about here, and I would have lost only a couple of bucks. Lots to think about, lots to watch, and lots to study. Don't give up. You can do it. As I say, is this the Holy Grail? I doubt it, but it serves me, and as I become more experienced, I may even move away from this setup and go into something else if I find something else. But right now, and for a long time, it's been great. I've just haven't really spoken about it, because I don't really want to put my ideas out there, and if they fail and people lose, you can understand that. But I just wanted to show you. Anyway, I'm out of here. Catch ya.